This meeting is being live streamed.
Yeah, it has to warn people. It's still not, so there it goes. Okay. Come on. Okay, good. Okay, that's working. There we go. Julian, you want to lead Mincha?
Certainly.
Okay, good.
Jules, what have you been up to?
Was in trouble.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's good. Never too old to cause trouble.
I've been good, Julian. Thank you for asking. I've been making Rabbi laugh because I keep asking about his granddaughter, Dahlia. So he's smiling.
Yeah, he is.
That's right. This is the latest picture.
Oh, so cute.
Looks like
Very
a
nice.
living doll.
Thanks for sharing it with us.
Little bit of Shep and Nachas, as they say.
Well, if you have
You
to
deserve
ship
it.
anything, it's better to take that.
All right. Hey, Audrey.
Hi,
How you?
Shabbat shalom.
You too. How you feeling?
I had a cardiology appointment today.
And
I keep getting dizzy spells, and he tells me it's mostly dehydration, so I have to keep drinking water.
you drink a lot. That's right.
Yeah,
Also looks like you might have lost some weight.
I did. I lost 20 pounds.
Oh my God.
So
That's
that-
a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Audrey, I
Drink
have the
some
same
Ensure.
problem.
Pardon?
Jules says he has the same problem.
Oh,
Dehydration, and it's a bit heart related.
it is.
It
Well, I had a heart attack in February,
Uh-oh.
and it was major. So, what can I tell you?
Yeah, yeah.
I keep going to cardiac rehab, but they won't let me do it.
Why you wrong?
Let's do
Because
it.
you're dizzy? Oh,
Stuck on a lifesaver right now. Plus, my voice has never come back
right.
the way it should. So
Yeah.
they think that I was intubated, but I don't know. And I've seen an ENT, and she said there's really nothing wrong. And the medication they gave me didn't really help.
You know, if that's the only thing that you're left with is your voice sounds like that, it's okay.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. But the weight, you just drink a lot of Ensure.
I've been drinking that, and I drink my water. I have lemon water.
Yeah, yeah. Stacy and Gary, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Mindy, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Hope you all had a good week.
Oh, we're all here.
We
I
hope you had
like
a
your
good week
positive
too.
attitude, Julian.
Yeah, that's.
It's a low bar, Julian. I'm working down in my basement and my fingers are frozen from being down here. It's so cold.
Really?
Our basement is cold too.
I'm free. Turn the heat on, will you, Bo?
I don't know. The only place that looks cold is Jules. He's got all that snow in the background.
Yeah.
Everybody else looks like so warm, but and he's sitting there so
Talk about
comfortably.
being in the basement. Reminded me that I'm cold.
Hi, Barb.
Hey,
Good
Barbara.
Shabbos.
Looks like I'm freezing up again.
Yeah, it's okay, Audrey. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
I think the Kenskys are in Colorado.
Yeah, they went left this morning.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Where do you think the Commanders are gonna play?
What do you mean?
You get the new stadium.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
I hope not in Virginia
Yeah.
because the new stadium that they picked, the land for it is 5 minutes from my house.
Take a walk.
And I do not want
Yeah,
them here.
that traffic, right. Yeah, they should put it in DC, knock down RFK, build a brand new stadium right there.
yeah, that's a good idea.
I think that would be the best place for it.
But they got to get the land from the federal government.
Yeah, well, now that they have new owners, maybe the government will be more amenable.
Has the sale definitely
Yes, it
gone
went
through?
through. It went,
Ah,
yeah, the sides agreed and now so ESPN, like said, breaking news, sale final. But the
Well, now-
NFL owners just have
Now
to.
they just have to get approved by the
by the
Yeah.
league?
league, yeah.
By the league, and they don't think that will be a problem.
6.5, 6.5
So
million.
that will
And
be,
Dan Snyder can fully
Big.
move to England for
they
good.
can sail away into the sunset, yes. On his multi-million-dollar yacht.
He's already
Maybe he
in
can loan
England.
it to the crown.
I think they have plenty of yachts of their own.
No, they got rid of them.
They did?
Yeah.
They need money, the crown?
No, I think the Queen didn't like
Uh,
all the criticism that the royal family was taking.
right, right. So folks, I count 9. And so let's wait a minute to see. Normally this is not a problem.
Gary and Stacy are there, we should have 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9.
But you, Jules' daughter there?
Oh, the son, it's his son-in-law, so his daughter
Oh,
is not there.
Okay.
Yeah. No. No. Let me, this is unusual. We've never had to wait for a minion on a Friday night. Let me just see.
Maybe Al will show up.
Yeah, Lansky usually comes. Oh, there's Audrey coming back on. Okay, good. But she's not connected to audio. We can't count her yet because she can't hear us.
Uh-oh.
There she goes. Audrey, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, good. You're number 10. So good. Hopefully your internet will hold out for us.
I think it had to do with something that appeared on my screen that said I had to reboot. And again,
Okay. Okay. So your internet is kind of slow, but it's okay. As long as you can hear us, it's fine. And so I'm going to mute all, and then Julian, unmute yourself. And he's going to lead us in Mincha, which starts on page 289 in Lev Shalem, or page 1 in the Sim Shalom.
Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Yavucha Selah.
Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Yavucha Selah, Shekach Halom Shana Elahav, Tel Aviv Yom Kamelech,
Yilat Adonai Yidabir Pi, Yivarech Kol Basar Shem Kodsho Le'olam Voed, V'anachnu Nevarach Yam Yata V'yad Olam. Hallelujah.
We rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikadal v'yikadash me Rabbi.
Amen.
Yomad Yivrach Yerutei v'yamlich Malchutei. V'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol Beit Yisrael. V'ad Galav Izman Kari v'yimeru. Amen.
Amen. Yehei Shmi Rabba Mevorach Le'olam.
Rabba Mevorach v'yolam me'amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitраman v'yitnasei. V'yithadar v'yithalei v'yithalal Shmei Kudusha.
Rechu.
Leila min kol brachata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata damiran b'yama, v'yimeru. Amen.
Amen. We start the Amida out loud.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Norai Elyon. Gomel chasadim tovim v'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avo, u'mevi goel lefnei v'neihem, machmo b'ahava. Melech ozer pokei Moshe HaMagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham u'pokei Tzara. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, v'chayim itim atarav l'hoshia. V'kalkel chayim b'chesed, v'chayim eitim b'rachamim rabim, somech toflim b'rofech olim atir asurim, u'mkayin emunato l'shenei afar, v'yilchamocha ba'ag v'urot amid melech, melech me'mitum chayei u'matzpiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah l'chayot meitim, Baruch atah Adonai, l'chayei ha-meitim.
Nekadosh Shemcha b'olam kashem, shemakdishim oto b'shmei maram kakatu b'yad v'yacha, kazel zel v'yamar.
Kadesh Shimcha B'Olam, Kishem Shemakdishim Oto B'Shmei Maron, Karkatu B'Yad Nevi'echa, V'Karazeh Elzeh V'Amar.
Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh,
Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Adonai Tzvaot, Malach Kol Haaretz Kavodo, V'Yomotam Baruch Yomeru,
Baruch kavod Adonai
Baruch Kavod Adonai Mimkomo, U'Divrei Kodesh Katuv Lemor.
Enoch Adonai le'olam Elohai Yisrael Ador. Hallelujah.
The door of our door, hallelujah. The door of our door, Nagig Lecha. Ulenetzach Netzachim Kedusha Nakdish. Yeshiva Chayal Henu Mipino Legamus. Oed. Ki El Melech Gadol V'Kadosh Atah. Baruch Atah Adonai El HaKadosh.
We continue silently 5 to 9 in the Shabbat Sim Shalom 294 to 299 in Lev Shalem. So we continue with the full Kaddish, 300 in Leif Shalem, 10 in Sim Shalom.
Yikadavi Kadash Rabbi.
Okay.
Alma divrach Rute v'amlech machute v'chayechon of yom echon of chayerecho Beit Yisrael v'agalav izman kari v'yimeru amen.
Amen. Yehi Shvei Rabba Mavarach Le'olam
And Rabba Mavorach le'olam u'me'omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitpaman v'yitnaseh Yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal Shmei Kudashah V'yechu Le'lam min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbachata v'nechamata damiran b'yama v'yimeru amen.
Amen.
Titkabal salahon v'tachon t'chol Yisrael Kadam avuhon d'yishmaya v'yimeru
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shumaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimeru
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav uyaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimeru
Amen. Aleinu l'shaveyach l'don hakol l'teros l'shidron. L'kol rim shalom. Hine kavelach an Eloheinu.
Yamachu shalachi lamei atzim loch b'kavod kakatu b'torotach Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai l'melech hakol haaretz v'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad.
Mourner's Kaddish, Yid Kadal, Vi Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'Almadi Brach, Hirutei V'Yamlech Malchutei, V'Chayachon V'Yomechon, V'Chayedachol Beit Yisrael, V'Agalav Izman Karivim, Ru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mavorach Le'olam U'Me'ol Maya, Yitbarach V'Yishtabach, V'Yitpar, V'Yitromam, V'Yitnaseh, V'Yithadar, V'Yitalev, V'Yitalal, Shemei Kudashah Brichu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran b'yoma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom imroma v'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Yashakov, Julian, thanks for leading us in Mincha. We continue with Kabbalat Shabbat. We turn to page 14 in the Shabbat Sim Shalom, page 10 in Lev Shalem. And Julian, I'm going to mute you. Okay. Yedi nefesh avrachaman meshoch avdach eretzonach Yarutz avdach kemo ayal yishtachaveh mul hadarach hierav lo yedidutach minofetzu fechotam hadornaeh Ziv haolam nafshi cholat ahavatach ana el narefana beharot lano am zivach אז תתחזק ותתרפא, והייתה לך שפחת עולם, ותקמו רחמך וחוס נא על בן אוהבך. כי זה כמה נחשוף לראות בתפארת עוזך. אנא אלי מחמד ליבי, הושענא ואל תתעלם, יגאלנה ופרוס חביב עלי את סוכת שלומך. תאיר ארץ מכבודך, נגילה ונשמחה בך. מהר אהוב כי במועד, וכונני כי מעולם. לה 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 La 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 L'chuneiranen al Adonai, nari al etzur yishenu, nekadma fanav betoda, bizmirot nari alo, nekadma fanav betoda, bizmirot nari alo. Ki al gadol Adonai naf gadol kol Elohim, asher b'mokei Hu Eloheinu anachnu otosim gadol. Arba'im shana kut b'dor, v'amar am to'ei levavheim, v'heim lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati ve'api, im yevarun el menuchati. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai baruchu shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato, sapru v'goyim kevodo bechol ha'amim, niflaotav ki gadol Adonai. Umahulal me'od, norahu, al kol Elohim, ay, ki kol Elohei, ha'amim elilim v'Adonai shamayim asa, od v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, Havu l'Adonai mishpachot amim, Havu l'Adonai kavod v'oz, Havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, seu mincha, uva'u lechatzrotav, ay, ishtachavu l'Adonai, behadrat kodesh, chilu mipanav kol ha'aretz, Imru v'goyim Adonai malach avtikon tevel baltimot yadinamim b'meisharim yismechu hashmayim v'tagel haaretz yiram hayam umlo na yalo sadai V'chol asher bo ay az yiranenu kol atzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva Kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim be'emunato la 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 lie, 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 lie. Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismechu im rabim anan gavel svivav. Yevoshu kol ha-befesel hamitalim belivi. Oh, have Adonai sinura shomer nafshot chasidav miad reshaim yatzileim or zaru alat tzadik ulishrelev simcha simchut tzadikim b'Adonai. V'hodu lezecher kodsho 17 Lev Shalem 18 Sim Shalom Mizmor Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Kiniflaot Asa Hoshia Lo Yemino Uzero HaKodsho Dia Adonai Yeshuato Le'enei HaGoyim Gilat Tzidkato Zachar chasto ve'emunato levet Yisrael ra'u chol afsei haaretz et Yeshuat Eloheinu hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz pitzchu ve'ranenu ve'zameru zamru l'Adonai bechinor ve'kol zimra Bechatzot v'kol shofar, hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai, yiram hayam umlo, tevel v'yoshvei narotim chaucha, yachad harim yiranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz, Yishpot teva betzedek ve'yamim be'meisharim la 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 Adonai Malach Yirgezu Amim Yoshev Kruvim Tanud Aret Tzion Gadol Moshe v'Aaron Panav L'Shmot Kodesh Shemot Elokeim Ala Lilotam Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. If we can, we rise 20 in Sim Shalom, 21 in Lev Shalem. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod irim. Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, vayeshaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, vayarkidem kemo egel Levanon, veSirion kemo ven remim. Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yachol ayalot, vayechasof yarot, uvechalo kulo omer kavod, kulo omer kavod. Adonai lamabul yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai os le'amo yitein, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. May be seated. We continue with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likra kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likra kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmiyanu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem ul tiferet ve'li tehila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha, kumitzei mitocha hafecha, ravlach shevet b'yemek habacha, vehu yachamol alayichem la. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hidna ari me'afar kumi, livshi bigdei tifarte chami, al yad ben Yishai beit halachmi, karva el nafshi ge'ala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitareri, Kiva orech kumi ori, uri, shir daberi, Kivod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lo tevoshi ve'lo tikalmi, ma tishtochachi u'ma tehemi, bach yechesu aniyei ami, Benivneta ir altila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. V'hayulim shisa shosayich, v'rachaku kol meval ayich, yasis alayich Elohayich, kimsos chatan al kala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Yamin u'smol tifrotzi, v'yet Adonai taritzi, al yad ish ben partzi, v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzohala, tochem unei yam segula. Boi chala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat tov lehodot laDonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon ulezamer leshimcha elyon lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha baleilot alei asor v'alei navel alei higayon bechinor mizmor shir leyom haShabbat tov lehodot laDonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon ulezamer leshimcha elyon ki samachani Adonai v'olecha v'zedechani Odom kumashavotecha Kinevecha Adonai kinevecha yovedu Od yenuvun b'seva teshenim v'rananim yiyu lehagid ki ashar Adonai suri velo avlata bo Adonai malach elavesh lavesh Adonai osilu zot Eidotecha ne'emnu me'od leveitcha nava kodesh Adonai le'orech yamim la 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 Mourner's Kaddish 24 in Sim Shalom 30 in Lev Shalem Yikadal v'Yikadash Shemei Rabba Be'Yom Divrach Yirotevi Amlech Malchutei V'Chayachon v'Yomechon V'Chayedachol Beit Yisrael V'Agalav Izman Karivim Ruamein Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Ome'ol Maya Yibarach v'Yishtabach v'Par v'Tromam v'Yitnasei V'Hadar v'Talev v'Talal Shemei Dekudesha Brichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushvechata v'nechamata Damiran b'Alma v'imru amen Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh Shalom v'imroma v'yaseh Shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. So we continue in our study of Pirkei Avot. We're on 255 in Lev Shalem, or 275 in Sim Shalom. Chapter 5, number 17, 517. So it's the second one on 275 in Sim Shalom, or the third one on 255 in Lev Shalem. So we continue with four things about people, four different kinds of characteristics. So now it's Arba Midot B'Yoshvim Lifnei Chachamim. There are four characteristics of people who sit in front of in front of sages. In other words, four characteristics of students. And these are heavy-duty students. These are yeshiva students. Four characteristics. They are Sifog, Mashpech, Mishameret, Venafa. So the four are a sponge, a funnel, a strainer, and a sifter. So these are four kinds of characteristics of students. So if the faculty is talking amongst themselves, they might say how many sponges they have, how many funnels they have, how many strainers they have, how many sifters they have. In other words, so now we're going to understand what this means. So, Sifog, Shehu Sofeg et Hakol. So a student is called a sponge because he sponges up everything. or as it says here, the sponge absorbs everything. Okay, so they're not just telling us if this is good or bad. So a student absorbs everything. It's like somebody with photographic memory. Okay, so is this good? Well, then there's the mashpech, the funnel. Shemachnis bazo umotzi bazo. It comes in one way and goes out another way. So in other words, in one ear, out the other. That's a funnel. So nothing stays in. It goes in. Maybe they hear it, but nothing stays in. It goes out right away. Sponge, nothing goes out. It all goes in. So sponge and funnel are opposites of each other. Meshameret, that's the strainer. The strainer, shemotzia et hayayin v'koletet et hashimarim. It leaves out, it lets the wine flow through, but it collects the dregs. So you don't want to be a strainer because you're only keeping the bad parts. You're letting the wine go through. So that's not the kind of students. So there are students like that. Those of us who have been in a classroom in any way know that there's all kinds of students, right? So there's always the student who remembers the things that you don't want the student to remember. But the things that you do want the student to remember, that student doesn't remember that at all. And then there is the nafa, which is the sifter. So the nafa shemotzia et hakemach vekoletet et hasolet. The sifter removes the chaff and retains the groats. So apparently that's the good stuff. So lets the bad stuff through and keeps the good stuff. So I think, though that the Pirkei Avot isn't telling us this, I think the best kind of student would be the nafa. The sponge is good, but the sponge doesn't know how to sift. So you want to be a sifter. So the student who's a sponge doesn't know how to distinguish between the good and the bad. The sifter student knows how to distinguish. So that's the smarter student, to be able to understand what's coming through and to know what to let go and what to keep. So I think that that's the best kind of student that the Pirkei Avot is telling us. Okay, so we go back. Mourners and those observing yard sites rise for Kaddish D'Rabbanan, found on page 38 in Leiv Shalem, or 27 in Sim Shalom. Yitkadal v'yitkadah shemei Rabba, v'yalma dibrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ol me'ol maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudashah brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Tamidehon, v'al kol Tamidehon, v'al kol man deoskim b'oraita, diviatra hadein v'divachol atar v'atar. Yehei lahon elachon shlomo rabba, china v'chista v'rachamin, v'chayin arichin amazona revicha, u'forkana min kadama v'hon divishmaya v'imru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chaim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav u'brachamav yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We all rise for Baruch Hu on the next page. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. May be seated. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu haolam. Ma'avir yom u'mevi laila, ma'avdil ben yom u'vein laila, Adonai tzavot shemo, El Chai V'Kayam, Tamid V'Loch Aleinu, Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hamari V'Aravim, Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochveinu v'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu v'yorech yameinu v'yorech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla yomam v'layla v'yavadcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Eloheinu Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam ve'shivtecha beveitecha ve'lechtecha v'derech V'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ota yadecha v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha u'chetavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha v'hayam shmot tishmozotai Hashem v'hayom avatem v'lechem Avatem v'rami al ha'artzot v'Hashem v'Hashem Shamayim alaris, Mishalei more. Taveru Neshamata, and you see them from everyone goes on, but the same as I'm saying, what I'm to see. Who the rose of the world, and I say that I want to go, but I'm Adonai Elohechem emet v'emuna kol zot v'kayam aleinu k'mon zot v'emuna. Umalchuta b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe Miriam u'bnei Yisrael achanu shira V'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh Nora tehilot osefele Malchutcha ra'u vanecha Bokeh yam lifnei Moshe Zeli anu v'yamru Adonai imloch leolam va'ed V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Kal Yisrael Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'kanovecha tastirenu Ushmort seiteinu v'oeinu l'chaim l'shalom yata v'yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'yakol amo Yisrael v'yal Yerushalayim. If we can, we rise from V'shamru 46, Lev Shalem 34, Sim Shalom. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, וילמד דברי חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, מעולם ולעולם מעולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשא בריחו לעילא מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, תמירם בעלמא ואמרו אמן. We read the Amida 47 to 52 in Lev Shalem, 35 to 38 in Sim Shalom. As we conclude our private prayers, we continue on page 53 in Lev Shalem, or 47 in Sim Shalom. ויחולו השמיים בארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים ביום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, אלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קונה שמיים בארץ, מגן אבות בדברו, מחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, היבם רצה להניח להם, היבם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעון הברכות אל ההודעות. אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעמדו שני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית Eloheinu v'Eloteinu, Retzevenu Chatenu, Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha, v'tein chalkenu b'toratecha, Sabenu mituvecha, v'samchenu b'shuatecha, v'taher libenu lavdacha be'emet, v'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu be'avav ratzon, Shabbat kodshecha, v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadeshei shemecha, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Yitkadav yikadash shemei Rabba, b'yom hadivrach yirutei v'yom nech malchutei, v'chayachonu v'yom echonu chei l'chol beit Yisrael, v'hagalav yizman kariv yimeru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam lo me'omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitoma minaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei l'kudusha, b'richu, le'ila mikol birchata v'shirata, tishbachata v'nechamata, damiran b'yoma v'yimeru, amen. Tika bel slahan radhan d'chol Yisrael, kadam avahon d'vishmai v'yimeru, amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemai v'chaim alein v'kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom, alein v'kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. Jules unmuted himself, but he also got off of video. There you go. Okay, Jules is going to lead us in Kiddush, 49 in Sim Shalom, 55 in Lev Shalem. Go ahead, Jules. We rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri agafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher b'chabon mikol, asher bo, excuse me, asher kedishanu b'tzadah b'ratzah v'anu, hankilanu zikaron l'maseh v'reishit, Yehu yom techila l'mekrei kodesh, Zeichel l'tziat Mitzrayim, Kibonu b'charto, Sona kidashta mikol amim, V'shabbat kodecha, Yahaba v'ratzon kol tanu, Baruch atah Adonai,
Shalom.
Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Yeshua Jules, thank you for leading us. And we remain standing as we count the Omer. As I've been saying every time we do this, that counting the Omer should be done at night, but our tradition is to do it ahead of time whenever we do the evening service. So hopefully when it gets dark later, that you can say the blessing again. We're on page 55 in Lev Shalem. No, 55 in Sim Shalom, 63 in Lev Shalem. And then also, 60, well, we'll start 63. We are about to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer as it is written in the Torah. You shall count from the eve of the second day of Pesach, when an omer of grain is to be brought as an offering 7 complete weeks. The day after the 7th week of your counting will make 50 days. The blessing, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. In Sim Shalom, turn to number 37. In Lev Shalem, turn to page 69 to the second line. Hayom shiva u'shloshim yom. Shehem Chamisha Shavuot Ushnei Yamim LaOmer. Tonight and tomorrow will be the 37th day, making 5 weeks and 2 days to the Omer. In Lev Shalem, we turn back to page 56. In Sim Shalom, we turn back to page 51. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adonai kol atei gedula le'otzer breshit. Shelo asana gegoye aratza velo samanu kemishpachot adama. Shelo sam chalkenu kahem vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei amlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Shehu nateh shamayim yosef avretz. Okay, כי המלכות שלך היא עולם מעטים לך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Mourners Kaddish, Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabba, V'yalman Dibrach, Yirutei V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayachon V'yomechon, V'chayedachol Beit Yisrael, V'agalav Yizman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'olam Omeol Maya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach, V'yipar V'yitromam V'yitnasei, V'yihadar V'yitale V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha B'richu, Leila Minko Birchata V'Shirata, Tushbechata V'Nechamata, Damiran V'Alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom V'imroma V'yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Before we conclude the service, again, Yashikov to Julian for leading us in Mincha and Jules for leading us in Kiddush. Tomorrow morning, service at 9:30. We're going to be honoring or saying farewell to Al Kleiman. It's his last Shabbos with us before he moves up to Massachusetts to be with his kids. And he'll say a few words at the end of the service as well. Thanks to the men's discussion group, which Al was kind of facilitating and organizing. Thanks to the men's discussion group for sponsoring the Kiddush tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, Shabbos is over a little bit before 8 o'clock, so a little bit before 9 o'clock. So 8:55 will be evening service and Havdalah tomorrow evening. And we conclude with Yigdal on page 62 in Lev Shalem, 53 in Sim Shalom. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimsa v'yenei tel metziuto echad v'yen yachid ke'yichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof le'achduto en lo demut haguf v'yen guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nivra Rishon v'yein reshit l'reshito Hino Adon Olam v'chol notzar Yoreh gedulato malchuto Shefa nevuato netano Ela anshe segulato b'tifarto Lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od Naviu ma'abit et emunato Torah demenatan me'yam oel Al Yanavi'o neman beito Lo yachalifa el velo yamir dato le'olamim lezulato Sofev yodeyan setarenu Mabit lesof davar bekadmato Komer leish chesed kemifalo Noten lerasha ra kirishato Yishlach leketz yamin meshichenu Lifdod mechakekei tishuato Meitim yachayel berov chasto Baruch hadei shem dilato Meitim yachayel berov chasto Baruch hadei shem tehilato. Shabbat shalom, everybody. It's good to see everyone. Hope everybody has a restful and meaningful Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat
Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. all.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom all.